Okay guys, don't ask for a clickbaity title. And again, let me emphasize this. I'm not clickbaiting here. I actually do have the newest Forza 7 car pack. And just so you're curious, these are the vehicles. The Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. Yeah, it's the same car twice. I don't know why they show that twice, but anyway, Fiat 124 Spider Abarth, Honda Ridgeline Baja Trophy Truck, the Maserati 250F, the Nissan Coca-Cola Bluebird Super Silhouette, the Porsche Momo 935/78, and the Toyota Land Cruiser Arctic Trucks AT37. And these are all 7 of the vehicles that I'll be covering today. So what am I doing here? So these are this is the setup that I have for Forza 7 and advanced rules. I usually use any track lists, just so that way I can do anything else. But you don't need to know that, do you? And I have to disable the upgrades so I can play the cars to their stock strengths. As you can tell, this game has one of the worst systems ever. Homologation. You can tell that the restrictions require sport tires, a wider tire width, and at the very most, and 650 horsepower at most. And this is for the sport touring division here. So going back into race setup, so the first track I will be covering, I guess, during this phase, I guess, is Maple Valley, because it's a course that everyone loves for whatever reason. And I'm already in, so you don't have to ask what I'm in, whether I'm in a DLC vehicle or not, because I am. You can clearly tell. As you can tell, this is actually 4 days prior to the actual release of this DLC, so you're going to see some early footage, basically. All from the middle of my bedroom. All from my bedroom. Exactly how I wanted to deliver that line. Anyway, we're test driving in 3, 2, 1. I screwed up royally there. Let me fix that. As you can tell, this thing power slides rather well for the assist that I have on, thing like that. This is not edited or anything, and I'm not trolling either. This is literally how this thing sounds in the game. Yep, it's exactly how you expect it to sound in the game when it comes out on Tuesday, so... Okay, I think I'm done using this car now. So our next car in today's video, I guess, will be provided by Fiat, which requires me to do a little bit of scrolling here, but here you go. Here's the next vehicle in our test list. And this is apparently just a set. The 124 is on the same platform as the Miata, which explains why it looks so similar. And this is actually an even faster version of the existing Abarth 120. No, not the existing Fiat 124 Spider. took about 2 minutes to complete a single lap in this. Oh, that was not meant to happen. I did not intend to do that. Cancel that. And there we go. I think I'm done driving that thing now. Next up on our list of strange vehicles that we get to drive for a day is this Ridgeline. If you thought the Alfa Romeo was slidey, try this on for size. Yeah, sometimes this is uncontrollable, and sometimes this is actually pretty good. But it just feels that. That's all. Those drifts don't require much effort at all. Oh, this has a 6th gear. I wasn't really paying much attention there. And I think I'm done doing this trophy truck. Round. Don't expect high amounts of grip. Trying to remember exactly what the next vehicle is. Load. This game has somewhat terrible load times, and I'm playing on an original Xbox One, so don't expect load times to be that good. So much power in such a little car makes for an extremely almost undrivable experience sometimes, but I'm managing to hold up rather well. And that was the Maserati 250F. It looks kind of like a 60s F1 car, but the year of this vehicle was 1957. So it kind of looks like a car that was ahead of its time to an extent. And that's something I quite like about this design. And it's also a good car to use as a car collector score increaser, because it gives you 900. It's a super rare car, apparently, according to the game. There's still more to talk about, though. Starting with this thing. The Nissan Bluebird. Yes, a lot of the race cars have this sort of sound when you go into interior view. Sounds rather shrill. If you've played this game, you probably know what I'm talking about now. And yes, I just left a giant trail of smoke behind me. So I'm apparently outputting 500 horsepower. Yep, that's the Nissan Bluebird. 500 horsepower race car that exists. And away we go. And that was the Nissan Bluebird number 20. The next car you're going to see today is a rather interesting vehicle because it's been highly requested in Forza 7, to be in Forza 7, and it's just now making its appearance in the game. Guys, this is the Porsche 935. Or that whale-looking car, if you're not familiar with cars. This car is more powered than a Bluebird. Moby Dick is back in town, boys. And we went off course while trying to stop. Yep, and if you're curious as to what photo mode looks like, it just looks like this, and you can do a cosmetic damage reset by doing a click of R. I did not realize you could do that. Maybe they just added it into the game and I just didn't realize it. Turn 10, you forgot to mention it. And now I'm gonna go inside the settings. Yep, these are the settings that you can change if you're curious. I just realized that they added the cosmetic damage reset with RB. They did not have that prior to this update, and now I'm curious as to why they didn't do that. Okay, back to the gameplay footage. Anyway, let's go and fix up our final vehicle for tonight. After the little Beluga showcase, we now have something rather plain to finish off tonight's episode. And I guess we'll do a little look around because I don't know why I'm doing this, honestly. And yeah, this is what the car looks like if you're that curious. Stepping inside, you do oh, that's just our pit crew right there. It looks like you actually get a little something decent. Oh, a decent touch screen thing. What am I pointing at? Anyway, I'm gonna go outside now. And the door opens like that, if you're curious. It opens like that. And since this is an Arctic truck, you do get a little unit, but that's probably just because they scanned the car that did that, and they kept it in there. Probably was not intentional, though. Okay, here's a little look in the rear seat. Kind of one of the things you don't want to look at. I'm gonna close my doors now. Hi, Daddy, can you please take me somewhere that's not here?
Oh no, we're gonna do all the tests here.
Screw you, Dad. I'm kidding. Screw you. Just kidding. Anyway, let's do our little test drive of this puppy. Probably won't go anywhere near the lap times I've been touching with other cars, but yeah. It actually looks quite like a Lexus car because it's just a rebadged Toyota Land Cruiser from Japan. Lexus basically always has rebadged cars from Toyota's lineup in their history. And don't mind the giant text. I did not make this giant text appear on the car. It literally just so happened to be on there. And on every color of the specific car, so don't ask. I'm just swerving because this car just goes so slow. Look, the incline. Can I take this curve? Oh, I made a clean lap, just even though I looked like I was breaking the corner a little bit. Nope, I made it. Okay. Oh, I just dented my. I still have a clean lap. But I think I have one more thing I wanted to show you guys. That is not actually related to this DLC content. Because I think I've shown every single car that's available here. The auction house. That's right, everyone. We have one more little bit here to talk about, and it's the auction house, where you can do everything you've always been able to do. You could always start the auction. There's the search, your bids. If you are doing auctions, like if you're bidding on other cars, like other players' cars, you can just go into here and do that. Featured, which I don't know why they don't just show the featured cars on a little box here, but here are the only featured vehicles right now. If you're curious, it's literally 2 copies of this Escort if you want to pick one up for the time being. There's also auction alerts. If that's applicable, you go in here and you can see if people have bought out your car, or if, when your auction is ended, if your car is sold or not. My auctions, that's self-explanatory. Deals, this essentially is vehicles with a cheap price. The highest bids technically seem to be are actually quite low at the moment, and the buyout isn't bad either. Most of the Formula E's that are being sold seem to sell for around 99,000 or 100,000. There are a bunch of other vehicles in here too, so if you're curious, you can just look into the auction house. You don't even have to have the DLC. I'm just showcasing this. And Elite Designs are exclusively there for exclusively shows cars with an Elite design apply to them. So if you're wondering what vehicles have revered designs, I mean, there's a Renault RS17 that's being sold that has a paint job by Midland Zeta and a tune from Don Juan Son. You probably recognize Don Juan Son, but you know what I mean. This is the auction house, and right now I have 6,000 credits, which is not enough to buy most vehicles that you're looking at here. But I'm just showcasing the auction house before I get off of my live stream for the night. And there's also multiplayer related stuff, like there's a bunch of new hoppers if you're into that sort of thing. And Forzathon, it still says coming soon, but trust me, I think there's going to be one next week. And it's for prize crates, which I don't know if anyone's curious about this or not. These are what they have right now. So, one more time, I just wanted to show these vehicles off, and just, oh wait, I clicked the wrong button. But these are all the vehicles that are in this DLC if you're curious on purchasing this at some point in the future. Or if you have the car pass, you can start playing with these vehicles now. Okay, that's it. I think we're done here.